So, an owner of a cleaning company calls me. 6 employees, good reviews, but every week she's putting out the same fires. A client complains about a missed spot. An employee says they weren't told. The owner spends her Saturdays on damage control again and again. She tells me, I can't find good help anymore. I hear that a lot, but it's not the people. And I want to be honest with you. Today, most of the time, it's not the help. It's not your people. It's not about finding good talent. Welcome to The Real Place. I'm Milton Flournoy. Let's talk about what's actually running your business when you're not in the room. Today's truth: most small service businesses are run by the owner's memory. The owner knows the standard. The owner knows the process. The owner knows what done right looks like. But that knowledge never left their head. It was never made visible, never made teachable. In Lean, one of the most powerful tools is standard work, a documented, repeatable definition of how the best version of a task gets done. Not because people can't be trusted, but because without a standard, every person invents their own version of the job. And then you don't have a team. You have 6 different businesses wearing the same uniform. When a service business keeps producing inconsistent results, the breakdown lives in one of 3 spaces. Usually all 3. Space 1: no standard work. Common sense is not standard. Do it right is not standard. Lean defines standard work as the safest, highest quality, most efficient way to complete a task, written down, visible, and used in training. If your best employee retired tomorrow, what would you hand their replacement on day 1? If the answer is nothing, that's your gap. Space 2: training that doesn't reinforce the standard. Some owners have checklists, but the checklist lives in a drawer, shown once during onboarding, never seen again. In Lean, a standard nobody practices is called shelf improvement. Looks good, does nothing. The standard only works if it's built into how the work is learned and audited. Space 3: no feedback loop. Something goes wrong, the owner fixes it, life moves on, but the root cause never gets addressed. Next week, same problem, different employee, different client, same fire. Lean calls this firefighting. You become so skilled at putting out fires that you never stop to ask why the building keeps catching in the first place. Back to the cleaning company. 6 employees, no written standards. Quality control is the owner showing up after a job has been completed and hoping. I ask, what does the perfect clean look like? She describes it in detail for 4 straight minutes. I say, that's your standard. It just lives in your head instead of on paper. In Lean, we call this making the invisible visible. Her knowledge was real. It just wasn't transferable. We do 3 things. First, write the standard work, not a manual, a 1-page definition of done for each service type. What gets cleaned, in what order, and what the team checks before they walk out. Second, build a 5-minute closeout routine. Before every team leaves a job, one person does a final walkthrough and with a short checklist. In Lean, this is called a point of use quality check. It doesn't imply distrust. It catches what tired eyes miss every time. Third, create a feedback loop. With a simple defect law, every complaint gets recorded, not to punish, but to find patterns. 3 complaints about the same issue in 1 month, that's a process gap, not a personnel problem. Lean asks, what in this system allowed this to happen? That's where you fix it. 90 days later, Saturday damage control costs dropped by more than 50%. Not because she hired better people, because she gave her existing people something real to work from. 1. Confusing loyalty with reality and reliability. Good people and reliable systems are not the same thing. Your most dedicated employee can care deeply about the work and still produce inconsistent results if the standard isn't clear. Lean doesn't ask whether people are trying hard enough. It asks whether the system is set up to help them succeed. Build the system for the person, not around the exception. 2. Build systems only when you're ready. You're already on fire. Most owners wait for the crisis to get organized, but crisis mode produces hasty results and hasty systems and new problems. In Lean, you build standard work in the calm. During a slow week before the busy season, it won't feel urgent. That's exactly when to do it. 3. Thinking structure kills culture. The most common pushback I hear is, I don't want my business to feel like corporate. Here's what I've seen on the floor and in different spaces. Nothing kills culture faster than chaos. When people don't know what's expected, they fill that gap with anxiety, second guessing. Lean structure doesn't cage a good team. It frees them to focus on the work instead of managing the ambiguity. Your business should be able to function the day you're sick. Not perfectly, but functionally. If that sentence made you uncomfortable, that's exactly where the work lives. Here's your challenge. Identify the single most recurring problem in your business right now. Not the newest fire, the oldest one. Ask, is there written standard work for this task? Is there a point of use quality checklist? Is there a feedback loop that captures when it breaks down? If the answer is no to all three, you don't have an employee problem. You have a systems gap that your employees are absorbing every single day. Let's close it. I'm Milton Flournoy, and this is The Real Place.